Hey everybody, this is Mr. Silverwolf SP. Let's play Divinity 2 Dragon Knight Saga. Alright, so we're here. We've been told what we need to know. But we're still going to look around because there's other things to do and whatnot while we're here in Broken Valley. And somebody is stuck on the... There he is. And this way I can find out other stuff and hidden items that are important. Press right mouse button to open, but when you press it, nothing happens. What's going on down here?
I can't move this.
Oh, it needs to be locked. Or it can't be opened through lockpicking. What's going on up here? Oh, a lady. Hello, lady.
Welcome to our town's lair. I'm Linda, the miller's daughter.
So do you work here with your father?
I do, yes. Though he does the actual milling. I usually fetch the grain from Jackson's farm. With an escort of guards, of course. That can get a bit tedious. But Peavy and Quincy don't seem to mind.
Is there anything of interest about the town you could tell me?
Not really. I mean, it's such a quiet little place. It was different a long time ago when the people used to call these lands the Valley of Shrines, and warlords were as numerous as the rabbits.
Hey, somebody knows something about the history here. That's cool.
The most exciting thing to happen now is a wild creature coming too close to the walls, or having visitors such as yourself. It's not that I mind this uneventful life, but I do hope to see the cities one day, and maybe even meet an interesting man. I just hope they're not all like that champion Ricky or something. I said hello and he pinched my... Well, the lady shouldn't tell.
Now, we've already heard about Richard. One of the guys said maybe a goblin will cut out his heart. That would be justice. So apparently Richard is not always pleasant to deal with. What is she thinking?
Why did I have to lose my coin purse in the chapel? I just hope I can sneak back in before Father Dominic collects it.
Oh. I should get going, Linda.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you, ma'am. The Ballad of Jack Miller. What's that about? Jack Miller was the flirt of the town, familiar with the contents of every gown parading through the village lanes. Oh, it's this kind of book. All the husbands wanted him in chains, so one night as he lay drinking wine in the arms of a village lady fine, armed men walked in and took him to see the local judge and mighty Marquis. Jack Miller, they said, you have to leave. Depart from here by tomorrow eve, so you can no longer dishonor the name of this village's every girl and dame. The verdict was read, and the husbands cheered. All the men, they laughed and jeered, but the women sighed and loudly wept for him with whom they in the hay had slept. Jack Miller thought, I'll leave if I must, but not before having known the lust of the Marquis's daughter, tender and slight. I'll love her yet tomorrow night. The husbands, though, left not to chance, and followed him with furtive glance. So as the following dawn drew nigh, and Jack Miller was about to say goodbye... Dang it, man. What the heck happened? Read it. To the Marquis's daughter, no longer maid, he felt at his throat the cold tip of a blade. Once more he was brought before the judge, whom like all husbands held a grudge, for Jack Miller, who knew so very well each and every village belle. Jack Miller, why have you not departed? Made amends when we were still kind-hearted. But Jack Miller replied only this, Good judge, you have in conjugal bliss conceived 3 good and lovely daughters. You think them pure as mountain waters. The youngest, however, is my lover. Your second I did last week uncover, and the oldest is pregnant with my child. Thus he spoke and triumphantly smiled. From this town's every single door there walk daily 1 or more little Jack Miller girls and boys, who remind their mothers of secret joys. Jack Miller, why had you to frankly harangue? You could have escaped. Now you have to hang. John Thornlair. Sounds like not only could he not keep things to himself, but he also could not keep his mouth shut. Ooh, pyrite. Let's see what pyrite does. Fool's gold. Taking but one look at this tricky gemstone with its glittering metallic luster, it is easy to see why people call it that. Gold ore. Pure, strong, and beautiful gold ore veins run through this rock, widely sought for ceremonial weapons, jewelry, and displays of wealth.
Another one to add to the collection.
Ooh, food. Let's see what the Miller has to say about all this.
Yes, anything this old Miller can do for you.
I wonder if you've seen the dragon we're searching for.
Can't say I have. I rarely leave my mill, you see.
Quite an operation you have going here, and for such a little town, too.
That's how things work in Broken Valley, Slayer. We are completely self-sufficient with a mill, smithy, farm, and barracks. The tavern is the only real place of commerce. And is popular with traveling merchants and the odd traveler.
Mostly food. Mind read.
I shouldn't hide the key in that kettle anymore. Nearly choked on it last time Linda made soup.
I'm asleep.
Then I'll get back to work.
Oh yes, you look to be working so very hard. So very, very hard. Empty cupboard. Locked chest. Whisper wood. I'm hoping that anything that is stolen will say as much, you know, like it's a lettuce and lettuce and lettuce and more lettuce and what's that? A key. What does it unlock? I wonder. It opens this. Venom stone. Gold. And that is ginseng. 2 ginseng, a slow-growing plant with roots that resemble the shape of a human body. Sought by herbalists for its medicinal qualities. I didn't know ginseng roots looked like the human body. I thought that was mandrakes. Ooh, sausages. Apparently can't grab them. Moving on. Into the basement we go. What's that? Something show up on my... Oh, Whisperwood. Again?
Shiny.
Oak tears. Blue teardrop flowers droop, delicately swaying in the wind like a beautiful, long-haired girl crying in a meadow. History of the Dragon Knights Part 2. Kinda need Part 1 for it to make sense, though. Fat Fern. A plant as old as existence itself. This plant thrives in areas of shelter and moisture. As your hand brushes the leaves, hundreds of tiny spores fill the air. Formula of limited healing. Do I have to use that or in any way, or is it... No, apparently it's just part of what I know. Formula of limited revitalizing. Ooh. Holy basil. The strong, flavorsome aroma hits you. You feel hungry all of a sudden. Cooks and herbalists alike can work wonders with this herb. Ooh. Iron ore vein. Diamond. This brilliant, colorless gemstone is believed to give the wearer strength in battle and protect from magic and ghosts. It is also popular with lovers, so finding a buyer shouldn't be too hard. Doggone it, I didn't get to look at the rest of the stuff. Amber. When you look closely at the hard, yellowish-brown, transparent stone, you see perfectly preserved insects from ancient times, and iron ore. Intense black ore veins run through this rock. Ooh, shiny tree. What's with the shiny tree?
What are you doing in this cellar? You went behind Buad's back, didn't you?
Who's Buad? Come out, whoever you are.
Not every day you meet a talking tree, right? I am Abanayaba, oldest alchemist in Riverlock. I stay here, rooted underground, protected by Buad, who came here some 70 years ago. He pretends to be a baker, but in secret he and I explore the powers of plants and the elements.
Why does Buad call himself Upton?
Oh, something about a contract on his head? You'll have to ask him about that.
How did you come to grow in this little cave?
I actually stand far from here in what was called the Dark Forest, which may not even be there anymore since the Great War. Before traveling here, Buad took one of my branches and magically cultivated it to grow a new tree.
Huh.
Here I stand, as I also perhaps still do in that forgotten forest, twice alive or once dead. There is something a little different about this second me, though. I remember being a lot grumpier. Probably because it was raining all the time in that wicked wood.
200 experience.
Buad's such a weird man sometimes. Who chooses the word Illuminatus as a storage password? Humans. Stupid bipeds.
I'd like to benefit from your alchemical knowledge.
With pleasure.
I can make 2 potions of healing. Huh. So, I can brew potions with the alchemist Abanayaba. That's useful. Oh. Wine. Got all kinds of stuff growing down here. No, nothing to this side, I don't think. Oh, excuse me. Ale. And lockpick level is not high enough. No! Why aren't you jumping off that? Ooh. Is that an apple? I think that is an apple. Uh-huh. It was an apple. So I was right. It was apples. I gotta learn how to unlock things. Ooh, more apples.
Another one to add to the collection.
I don't know why I can't target anything unless I'm... Apparently that is not what it looks like. It looks like stardust or whatever.
Ah, with pleasure.
Alright, so we've been brewing potions of a potion type quality, of types of stuff, of whatever. There we go. Now, we will go and we will speak to Buad.
you're fond of my mill.
Good to see you again, Mr. Upton. Or should I say Buad?
Who told you? It was the tree, wasn't it? Curse that heap of talkative timber.
Buad isn't exactly a name for the ages, but the lengths you go to are a bit extreme, no?
I like my name, thank you very much. And I did not go under the guise of Upton just to have a laugh. I am the unfortunate victim of a hunt by assassins.
Why? Caught in the sack with a nobleman's daughter.
Oh, nothing like that, no, unfortunately. At least then I'd have thought it worth the sacrifice. Many years ago, I was a famed alchemist in the town of Verdismus. Until one day, I was approached by a member of the Assassin's Guild. They ordered me to cure a sick member of their guild, and I tried to. But I mixed the wrong herb in his tea, and he died. They swore revenge.
You were a famed alchemist, but you mixed a wrong herb in his tea.
I fled here, but I think they finally tracked me down.
How do you know that?
I have the feeling I'm being watched lately. So at night, I close down the mill and hope for the best. Even now, I still want to remain known as Upton to the good folks of this village. But if you, a slayer, would be courageous enough to defeat these hired killers, the reward would be great.
Well, I mean, after all, I don't have anything else to do. I'm just sitting around here for... Oh, hello.
Oh, hello again, Slayer.
I know about Buad and the merry band of assassins. Can you tell me anything more?
You know, my father confided in you. Oh, I'm so glad he did. A Slayer can help us, I'm sure. But I don't know what to tell you. Maybe the assassins have been around, but we hardly venture outside anymore. Perhaps some of the other villagers saw something if they went outside at night. I know Roman the priest likes moonlight walks, and Folo's wife Rose has trouble sleeping sometimes. Captain Rodney usually stays up late as well. I'm so sorry I can't be of more help. Please, Slayer, look into the matter, would you? My father is very dear to me.
So, we have to help the man who used to be known as Buad and is now known as Upton and is pretending to be a miller, but is actually an alchemist, not die due to assassins. Not sure I like assassins. Anyway, he seems like he's a nice guy, although I don't think he's telling me the whole truth. So, we'll deal more with that next time. This has been Mr. Silverwolf SP. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Comment on what your favorite part was. Have a nice day. Try to be kind.